begins tonight with a story you will only see here on 7. More than a year after her father was killed in a deadly crash with a Detroit police officer, the daughter of attorney Clifford Woodards says she's ready to fight for justice in civil court. Thank you so much for joining us for Action News at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Dave Llewellyn. The case spanning a year now. Woodards was killed in a crash involving a Detroit police officer in February of 2021. That officer not charged until June.
Officer Tierra Funderburg is facing charges of involuntary manslaughter and willful neglect. In February, she was driving to a scene when she slammed into Woodards' vehicle.
Woodards' daughter now filing a $50 million lawsuit against the city and that officer. 7 Action News reporter Simon Shaykat has an exclusive interview with Clifford's daughter as well as the police response.
An autopsy has shown that attorney Clifford Woodards II died of severe trauma following a crash with Detroit police. Now, more than a year later, his daughter, who continues to mourn, says she's ready to take the next step to get justice. While 29-year-old Detroit police officer Tierra Funderburg faces as much as 15 years in prison on charges of involuntary manslaughter and willful neglect of duty for the death of 58-year-old attorney Clifford Woodards, there's a pain being felt each and every day by his daughter Melissa over the absence of her father.
I'm 5 months pregnant, and if you were to ask me what the value of my unborn child's life was, I most assuredly would tell you it's invaluable. So at the end of the day, I want to make sure that he's remembered for what he meant to me, for what he meant to my family, for what he meant to a community.
A new lawsuit filed by attorney Arnold Reed on Melissa's behalf seeks to hold both the city and the officer who remained suspended without pay accountable. And among the reasons, she says she's suffered prolonged emotional distress. Melissa tells us are COVID-related court delays that have prolonged justice.
It's intensified that loss. Officer Funderburg had that opportunity to make a different choice, to choose a different path, to slow down, to not speed up, to not go through that red light.
The loss that resulted from the crash February 8th, 2021 at West Chicago and the Jeffrey Service Drive is something attorney Arnold Reed says has caused irreparable harm.
The family didn't get a chance to say goodbyes. That was robbed from them. That was snatched from them. We have filed a $50 million lawsuit, but there's no amount of money that's going to make Melissa whole. We're coming to get justice, and we're coming to perhaps prevent this type of incident from happening to anybody else.
The lawsuit alleges negligence, gross negligence, and wrongful death after a police review and findings by the Wayne County prosecutor.
It's been a year. That's a year more than that the officer has had a freedom, time to enjoy her kids, time to enjoy the holidays, time to enjoy those elemental times that not only will I not have, but those that I'll never be able to get back. We can look forward to hopefully swift justice this year. That's how I keep pressing forward.
Detroit police also say a final decision on that officer's employment will be made at the conclusion of the criminal case. We'll bring you the latest developments on this story as they continue to happen. Simon Shaykat, 7 Action News.
All right, thank you so much, Simon. We have more on the lawsuit and continuing coverage of the case. Just head on over to our website, WXYZ.com.